watched you drift like smoke in the air, always close but never there. I learned your silence better than words, read your pain in the way you turned. I stood behind every smile you wore, held my breath when you asked for more. I never asked you to stay or choose, I already knew how this would lose. I folded my feelings into my chest, let you shine while I loved you less. At least that's what I told myself when my heart broke all by itself. Oh, I was scared if I spoke too loud, you would walk away and I'd turn around. So I loved you where you couldn't see, and called that enough for me. I loved you quietly in ways you never knew, in the process of your laughter and every ache I hid from you. I loved you quietly, like a song without a sound. I was screaming on the inside while you never heard me now. I loved you quietly so you could breathe, so you could stay. And I broke myself in silence so you never feel the pain. I memorized the shape of your doubt, the way your eyes looked when hope ran out. I carried your weight like it was mine, told myself we'd be fine in time. I celebrated you with open hands while I stood alone in the back of the plans. I watched you fall for someone new and pretended I was happy for you. I learned how to swallow every tear, smile through the truth I didn't share. If loving you meant letting you go, then I mastered that art long ago. I was never part of your fight, just the one who stayed every night. I chose your peace over my truth and paid for it with my youth. I loved you quietly in every unsent prayer, in the space beside your pillow when I wasn't really there. I loved you quietly like I didn't need you to, but my heart was breaking daily, trying not to bleed on you. I loved you quietly when you lean on someone new. I disappear without a word so I wouldn't burden you. If I had told you how I felt, would you have stayed or just felt guilt? Would you have locked me out of fear or left me standing right here? So I chose silence, chose the dark, chose to love you from afar. I became the ghost in our story, loving you without the glory. Now I hear your voice in empty rooms, see a shadow in the moon. You moved on like it was easy to do, while I'm still learning how to lose you. I don't hate you, I never could. I just wish I hadn't understood. I wish loving you hadn't meant loving myself less in the end. I loved you quietly till my heart forgot its name, till every dream I had of us started sounding like a shame. I loved you quietly when you stopped looking my way. I stayed strong enough for both of us even when you walked away. I loved you quietly, now the silence knows the truth, that the loudest love I ever felt was the one I never told to you. So if you ever wonder why I never tried to make you mine, it's because I loved you honestly. I just loved you quietly. I'm sitting on the floor of the room we used to share, cutting out the shapes of the things that aren't there. I've got a stack of instruction paper, red and pink and white, trying to reconstruct the sun in the middle of the night. My hands are shaking as I fold the edges down, trying to build a garden in this gray, exhausted town. But the scissors are dull and the glue won't seem to hold. And these petals feel like lead instead of blooming into gold. I remember how you used to bring the real ones from the park, how they light up every corner that was leaning toward the dark. But real things wither, and real things always die, and real things leave you standing with a hello and goodbye. So I'm making something permanent, something made of ink, something that won't notice when I've had too much to drink. I'm coloring the creases where the love used to be, creating a version of you that can never leave me. But they're just paper flowers, stiff and bright and still. They don't have a fragrance, and they never ever will. They don't need the water, and they don't need the light. They just sit there staring through the 22-inch slings night. I can't make them breathe, I can't make them grow. They're just a fragile imitation of a girl I used to know. A house full of origami, a heart made of a lie, living with paper flowers that don't have the heart to die. I try to make a rose, but I cut the stem too short, just like every argument in our Civil War court. I tried to make a lily, but the paper started to tear, leaving me with jagged scraps and a handful of despair. You can't fold a memory into something you can touch without feeling the weight of why you loved it all too much. The floor is covered in confetti, the remnants of my pride, 1,000 tiny pieces of the man I hid inside. 'Cause they're just paper flowers, stiff and bright and still. They don't have a fragrance, and they never ever will. They don't need the water, and they don't need the light. They just sit there staring through the 20-inch sleeves night. I can't make him breathe, I can't make him grow. They're just a fragile imitation of a girl I used to know. A house full of origami, a heart made of a lie, living with paper flowers that don't have the heart to die. One spark from a match, one candle left too long, and I could burn the evidence of everything went wrong. I could watch the smoke rise up to the ceiling in a cloud, and finally say the things I'm not allowed to say aloud. But I'm terrified of ashes, I'm terrified of dust, so I keep on folding paper, because it's the only thing I trust. Cardboard stems, cellophane leaves. It's a strange kind of garden for a man who still grieves. I'll just sit here with my safety shears, trading real life for paper thin years. Don't will, please don't will. skipping rhythms on the glass of my window pane, but it can't wash out the static or the shadow of your name. I'm sitting in the kitchen, staring at the empty chair, fighting with the silence and the ghost of you still there. They say that time's a healer, but the clock is standing still, and I'm just a hollow vessel that the darkness wants to fill. I try to blink it back, try to keep the dam from breaking, but the ground beneath my spirit is constantly shaking. I found your old blue sweater tucked behind the bedroom door. It still smells like the Sunday mornings we don't have anymore. I held it to my chest until my lungs forgot to breathe, wondering why the ones you love are always the ones who leave. My eyes are heavy anchors dragging through a salt-stained sea, of the man I used to be. It's a quiet kind of thunder, it's a slow and steady flood, like the ink is running dry inside the chambers of my blood. And these are the tears of a broken heart falling in the dark, drowning out the embers of a long extinguished spark. They aren't just water, they're the pieces of a soul that I realize far too late it isn't ever getting whole. One for the promises and 10 for the lies, for the forever that was hidden in the corners of your eyes. I'm washing away the memories, one bitter drop at a time, crying for the love that I can no longer call I see my own reflection in the puddles on the floor, and I don't recognize the person staring back anymore. The redness in my vision is the color of the end, the mourning of a lover and the funeral of a friend. Every sob is a jagged stone, every gasp is a plea to a God I haven't spoken to since you walked out on me. Is there a limit to the weeping? Is there a bottom to the well? Or am I just a resident of this liquid kind of hell? And these are the tears of a broken heart falling in the dark, drowning out the embers of a long extinguished spark. They aren't just water, they're the pieces of a soul that realized far too late it isn't ever getting whole. One for the promises and 10 for the lies, for the forever that was hidden in the corners of your eyes. I'm washing away the memories, one bitter drop at a time, crying for the love that I can no longer call mine. They run down my cheeks like rivers through a canyon of grief, searching for a shoreline, searching for a brief relief. But the salt burns the wounds that you left wide and deep, and I'm crying in my waking, and I'm crying in my sleep. Crying in my sleep. Talked about tomorrow like it was promised, like love was something time couldn't steal. We built our dreams on borrowed seconds, never thought they wouldn't feel real. Your hand fit perfectly in mine, like it ain't waiting all along. I believed in every word you said, didn't know belief could be wrong. We planned a life in fragile moments, late night talks and whispered hopes. I memorized your favorite reasons for why you thought we'd always cope, but forever started slipping away while I was still holding on tight. You were already saying goodbye, I was still fighting for the fight. I didn't see the cracks appear, I thought love would make them heal. I didn't know that something eternal could be taken away so real. When forever ended early, I was left with half a dream. All the plans we talked about turned into what could have been. When forever ended early, you walked out like you were free, and I stayed behind collecting pieces of the life you promised me. When forever ended early, my heart didn't understand how something meant to last forever could die inside my hands. Could die inside my hands. I replayed every memory, searching for where we went wrong. Was it something I didn't say, or did I hold on too long? You stopped looking me in the eye, started loving me from far away. I felt you slipping through my arms, but begged my heart to stay. I kept choosing hope over truth, even when the signs were clear. I told myself love needs patience, didn't know patience turns into fear. You learned how to leave so gently, like it wouldn't break my soul, but every step you took away left me less than whole. Yeah. You said this isn't goodbye forever, but that's what goodbye became. You closed the door so quietly, still everything feels changed. When forever ended early, time stopped making sense. I measured days and missing you, now hours, not events. When forever ended early, you found a brand new start, and I was left explaining the damage to my heart. When forever ended early, I learned love doesn't stay, it leaves behind unfinished songs you don't know how to play. If love is more than words we say, why did I just fade away? If forever was a lie we told, why did it feel so true? I would've stayed through every storm, through every doubt and fight, but you let go and loving me started feeling like a weight. Now I talk to memories at night like they still know your name. I sleep on my side of the bed and wake up with the pain. You moved on before I knew I left, before I could prepare. You taught me how endings feel when love isn't fair. I don't hate you for leaving, hate that I believe. I hate that forever felt so close, just to fall apart in me. I would've loved you through the silence, through every broken day, but forever ended early, and you walked away. When forever ended early, I lost more than you. I lost a version of myself that believed in me and you. When forever ended early, my heart stayed in the past, still holding on to promises that were never meant to last. When forever ended early, I learned the heart is true. Sometimes love doesn't end slowly, it just disappears from you. So if you ever think of me, know I meant every word. I didn't stop believing in love, I just believed in you. When forever ended early, I stayed, even when you didn't. The garden walls crumbling under the weight of the frost, a bitter inventory of everything we've lost. I remember the morning in April when the branches finally broke into a cloud of pale pink velvet before the world went up in smoke. You stood beneath the canopy, petals falling in your hair, like a blessing from the heavens, like a quiet answered prayer. Now I'm standing in the orchard in the 22 sleeps cold, watching a story turn to gray that was once written in gold. The sap is freezing in the veins of the wood we used to climb. We're just two different seasons running out of borrowed time. I keep the shears in the shed, but I don't know what to prune when the root of the problem is a love that died too soon. Your footprints in the soil have been washed away by sleet, and the path we carved together is a dead-end frozen street. I touch a shriveled bud, a promise that stayed small, waiting for a springtime that isn't coming back at all. And oh, it's the season of the wilted plum blossoms, the heavy weight of never hanging heavy in our bosoms. What was meant to be a fruit is just a black and brittle stone, a skeleton of beauty that I'm forced to face alone. They're falling in the mud, they're staining all the ground. The most beautiful of endings is a muffled, tragic sound. I'm reaching for the fragrance, but I only find the rust of 1,000 wilted plum blossoms turning into dust. I try to press one in a book between the pages of your name, but even dried and hidden, it doesn't look the same. It's lost its color, lost its life, lost the way it used to lean against the summer window where the grass was long and green. Is love just a perennial that forgot how to return, or a bridge made out of blossoms that we had to watch burn? The sky is wide and empty, like a canvas with no soul, and the garden that you planted is a dark and gaping hole. And oh, it's a season of the wilted plum blossoms, the heavy weight of never hanging heavy in our bosoms. What was meant to be a fruit is just a black and brittle stone, a skeleton of beauty that I'm forced to face alone. They're falling in the mud, they're staining all the ground. The most beautiful of endings is a muffled, tragic sound. I'm reaching for the fragrance, but I only find the rust of 1,000 wilted plum blossoms turning into dust. Maybe the winter is a mercy, maybe the ice is just a shield to hide the broken promises across the potter's field. But I still see you in the petals, I still hear you in the leaves. The ghost of every blossom is the only thing that grieves. Everything is wilted, the plum tree is bare, and you're not there. The clock on the wall is a hammer on a nail. The dust in the sunlight is a slow motion veil. I'm sitting in the armchair where you used to read aloud. Now the only thing that's talking is the passing of a cloud. I poured a second coffee, then I realized my mistake. The table's set for two hearts that were never meant to break. I'm listening so hard that my ears begin to ring. to the heavy, hollow resonance of absolutely nothing. And I find your hairbrush tangled in a ribbon on the floor. I can't bring myself to touch it, so I leave it by the door. It's a museum of a moment, it's a shrine it used to be. And every silent corner has a way of judging me. I shouted out your name just to hear a human sound, but it hit the empty drywall and it fell onto the ground. There's no vibration in the air, no ripple in the deep, just the secrets that these four walls have promised they would keep. And I'm living in the echoes of a silent room, waiting for a flower in the dark to try and bloom. But the walls are made of memories, and the floor is made of sighs, and the ceiling is a limit to the prayers that I can cry. Every breath I'm taking feels like static on the line, searching for a frequency that's no longer mine. It's a deafening quiet, a cold and steady gloom, listening to the echoes of a silent room. I remember how the floorboards used to dance beneath your feet, how the air felt like a melody, so tangled and so sweet. Now the atmosphere is heavy, like a storm that won't arrive, and I'm struggling to remember how to feel like I'm alive. The television's off, but I can see us in the screen, like a faded photograph of a life we might have seen. And if I sit here long enough, will the silence start to speak, or will I just get older and the foundation get weak? And I'm living in the echoes of a silent room, waiting for a flower in the dark to try and bloom. But the walls are made of memories, and the floor is made of sighs, and the ceiling is a limit to the prayers that I can cry. Every breath I'm taking feels like static on the line, searching for a frequency that's no longer mine. It's a deafening quiet, a cold and steady gloom, listening to the echoes of a silent room. Is silence just a sound that we haven't learned to name? Or is it just the ashes after love has lost its flame? I'd give anything for a slamming door, a jagged angry word, just to know that in this emptiness I can still be heard. Is anybody there? Just the sound of my own heart, just the tearing of the dark echo. The room is growing smaller now. The mirror shows a face I barely recognize today. A desert in the 20-seed sun where the blue has turned to gray. I'm gasping for air in a room filled with ghosts of the girl who loved me best and the man who hurt her most. My chest is a canyon, jagged and wide, but the river ran dry from the secrets I hide. I'm making a drought in my eyes and a flood in my heart. I see you at the station, or a ghost of your grace, and a physical shiver runs down through my face. Any other man would be blurred by the mist, but I'm cursed with a vision that shouldn't exist. It's a burning in the throat, it's a salt on the tongue, like a song that was strangled before it was sung. Shaking like a leaf in a December gale, but the surface is steady and the surface is pale. And I'm crying without tears, screaming without sound, 1,000 tons of sorrow that never hit the ground. It's a storm behind the lashes that never breaks the skin, while the world stays out and the pain stays in. Every sob is a stone that I'm forced to swallow down in this dry-eyed ocean where I'm starting to drown. It's the loneliest kind of a heartbreak years, this hollow, heavy habit of crying without tears. I try to find the mercy of a single honest drop, to let the pressure loosen, to let the engine stop. But the wells are all boarded, the spirit is parched underneath the bridge where our memory is marched. Is it stronger to hold it, or is it just a cage for a love that's been written on a fireproof page? I'm a mountain of ice in the middle of a flame, melting on the inside at the sound of your name. And I'm crying without tears, screaming without sound, 1,000 tons of sorrow that never hit the ground. It's a storm behind the lashes that never breaks the skin, while the world stays out and the pain stays in. Every sob is a stone that I'm forced to swallow down in this dry-eyed ocean where I'm starting to drown. It's the loneliest kind of a heartbreak years, this hollow, heavy habit of crying without tears. The dust is settling on the things you left behind, and the silence is deafening inside of my mind. If I could just break, if I could just bleed, I might find the comfort that I desperately need. But the dam is too high and the concrete is cold, and I'm growing so weary of being so bold. Are wide open, but everything is dark. No water for the fire, no water for the spark. Just a dry, aching hollow, just a year I can't swallow. I'm crying, can't you see I'm crying without a single drop. I'm standing in a sea of faces, 1,000 moving parts, in a room full of laughter and beating hollow hearts. The music's turned up loud enough to shake the very floor, but I've never felt the distance quite like this before. A girl in a red dress is telling me a joke, but her words are just shadows that drifting off like smoke. I'm nodding at the rhythm, I'm wearing the disguise, but there's a desert growing right behind my eyes. The waiter brings a glass that I didn't even ask for. I'm looking for an exit, I'm staring at the glass door. How can there be so many people in a single today, sharing all the secrets that we've already said. I wanna go and warn them, I wanna tell them run before their morning sky loses its only sun. But I just turn my collar up and head into the light of the neon and the chaos of a 2020 tweets night. My name is being called from across the crowded room, but it sounds like a funeral. It sounds like a doom. For feeling like a fossil inside a living stone. The air is getting thin and the walls are closing in. I'm losing my own shadow underneath this heavy skin. So much noise, broken girls and broken boys, but I'm the only one who's truly on my own in this crowded loneliness. I've never been so alone. The mirror shows a face I barely recognize today. A desert in the 2020 sun where the blue has turned to gray. I'm gasping for air in a room filled with ghosts of the girl who loved me best and the man who hurt her most. My chest is a canyon, jagged and wide, but the river ran dry from the secrets I hide. I'm making the faces, I'm playing the part, but there's a drought in my eyes and a flood in my heart. I see you at the station or a ghost of your grace, and a physical shiver runs down through my face. Any other man would be blurred by the mist, but I'm cursed with a vision that shouldn't exist. It's a burning in the throat, it's a salt on the tongue, like a song that was strangled before it was sung. I'm shaking like a leaf in a December gale, but the surface is steady and the surface is pale. And I'm crying without tears, screaming without sound, 1,000 tons of sorrow that never hit the ground. It's a storm behind the lashes that never breaks the skin, while the world stays out and the pain stays in. Every sob is a stone that I'm forced to swallow down in this dry-eyed ocean where I'm starting to drown. It's the loneliest our heartbreak years, this hollow, heavy habit of crying without tears. I tried to find the mercy of a single honest drop, to let the pressure loosen, to let the engine stop. But the wells are all boarded, the spirit is parched underneath the bridge where our memories marched. Is it stronger to hold it, or is it just a cage for a love that's been written on a fireproof page? I'm a mountain of ice in the middle of a flame, melting on the inside at the sound of your name. And I'm crying without tears, screaming without sound, 1,000 tons of sorrow that never hit the ground. It's a storm behind the lashes that never breaks the skin, while the world stays out and the pain stays in. Every sob is a stone that I'm forced to swallow down in this dry-eyed ocean where I'm starting to drown. It's the loneliest kind of a heartbreak years, this hollow, heavy habit of crying without tears. The dust is settling on the things you left behind, and the silence is deafening inside of my mind. If I could just break, if I could just bleed, I might find the comfort that I desperately need. But the dam is too high and the concrete is cold, and I'm growing so weary of being so bold. My eyes are wide open, but everything is dark. No water for the fire, no water for the spark. Just a dry aching hollow, just a year I can't swallow. I'm crying, can't you see I'm crying without a single drop. The ballroom floor is covered in a million jagged sparks, reflecting all the hollow spots in the 22 each sauce marks. It used to hang so high above, a crown of frozen light, turning every common word into something bold and bright. But the chain was worn by tension, and the ceiling couldn't hold the weight of all the bitter things that we left uncontrolled. One sharp crack of silence and 1,000 glass-cut screams. Now I'm standing in the wreckage of our ornamental dreams. when the music used to play, tinkling like 1,000 bells a million miles away. Now it's just a pile of sharp edges in the dark, without a single